Hey guys, what's going on? It's Zeno here, and welcome to my Photoshop tutorial. This is the first part of a hopefully long series where I'm just going to be teaching you guys how to use Photoshop from beginner to professional. And as you might be able to tell, I'm not quite at the professional stages yet, but I guess I'll work with you guys. So yeah, first thing you're going to want to do when you open up Photoshop is click this file button up here. Okay, and then if you want to create a canvas, you click new. Okay, now this is the dimensions. This is quite important, really I like to go with this for, if I'm just doing something like speed art or whatever. And then once you've gotten that, you just set the resolution. None of this stuff really matters, I guess. So then you just want to click OK. Now that should present you with this thing. And now the first thing you want to do, okay, is if you want to open an image onto it, you click open, and then you can just open whatever image you want on to the canvas. But I'm not going to be teaching you guys how to do that quite yet in this episode. So the first thing you want to do is this little lock here means that we cannot do anything. Oh, well, it just makes it easier for us to do things on this canvas if we just unlock it. Okay, now hopefully we're going to start on this tool here. This is the select tool. You can select stuff, reshape it, rotate it, move. It's pretty simple. Most of you guys should know what that is. This is the rectangular marquee tool, and you can take selections out of images. And then if we go back to the move tool, I can then make it smaller or bigger. In this case, I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger because obviously it's a white background, it's not going to matter. So then a quick tip, if you have any of these dotted lines on your page and you can get rid of them, either do select, deselect, okay, or you can do Control D on your keyboard and that should deselect. So next we're going to move on to the elliptical marquee tool. Sorry about the pronunciation of that. This is just the marquee tool, but in a circular shape. Oh yeah, you need to always have this the layer blue. Make sure it's blue, or else it will appear up with that message. So anyways, I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to go Control D again to deselect, and the rest of these are just really more marquee tools. It would be a sort of waste of time just going over them all. So the next thing I have to go over is the Lasso tool. Now the Lasso tool is very, very helpful, and I'm just going to open up an image for an example. Okay, sorry about that noise there. We'll go for this, okay? Now say you wanted to cut out, I don't know, Cartman's face, okay? You would need to cut around him, like so. I'm just going to have to be a little bit quiet whilst doing this because it requires concentration. I've not got the steadiest hand in the world, as you guys might be able to tell. So yeah, I guess that should be rough. So then we can just move that out, I don't know, put it on Kyle or something. So yeah, once you're moving it, after you've finished moving it, you'll click this little tick up here and then Control D again. So that actually looks pretty realistic, which is hilarious. So yeah, that's the Lasso tool. Then we've got the polygonal Lasso tool, which you can pretty much just do the Lasso tool with, and we'll Control D that. So if you're wanting to be very specific about cutting out a shape, you can just keep, each time you click it will set a new path. I said that weird there. And then eventually you'll get this, and then you can go to the move tool and you can move it again. But I guess I'm just going to move it back here. Okay, now here's another quick step. Okay, say you move something somewhere you really do not want it. Okay, so we're going to control D that and just pretend we do not have control over this. Okay, you want to press Control Alt Z. Right, now each time you do that, that will take a step backwards and undo any steps that you have done by accident. Okay, which I find very helpful. And then we have the magnetic lasso tool, which is pretty much a lasso tool. It just keeps sticking on. This is very helpful for the faces and all that. As you might be able to tell, it is very smart and can find pretty much everything. Except it keeps moving, unfortunately. Stop it. Right, so I'm gonna have to finish this up there at the end and then do Control T. So yeah, that is really helpful for creating, copying or moving faces. It can be an absolute, it's time saver, instead of having to go through that with the normal lasso tool. So then we can go to the move tool again and we can move this. Okay, so once again I'm going to put this over here and then Control D, and then you remember the tip that I showed you guys a minute ago, Control Alt Z, and you want to press that a few times until you do have the step which you're familiar with. Okay, now the next tool is possibly one of the most useful tools I have ever used in Photoshop. This is the Magic Wand tool. Right, now let me just deselect that. Now this Magic Wand tool, you might be like, a magic wand, what? You might have heard of it quite a few times. Now what this does is it makes a selection for you. So if I do that, okay, that's making a selection for me. Now unfortunately this image has a lot of shading and is a little bit difficult to do, so I think we should open up a new one and see for one that does not have a lot. This one, for example, and we just click here and you can see clearly that it is making quite a good selection here. It's going in the lines. We'll go in the S. See, we got this tool is all round very helpful. So now Control D, and then I forgot to tell you guys, if you want to use a different tool, a new tool, you, apart from the one that's on this, you can right click and then it brings down a list, and you just want to click on the one that you need. There is quicker ways, but once again this is a beginner's tutorial. So right click on this and quick selection tool. Now this one, it's just like your Magic Wand tool, okay, but you can select a lot more things, and also you have the power of moving out your selection, which is quite new to the features of Photoshop. So yeah, once you've done that and learned how to do that, sorry, that is my phone. I'm going to have to pause this video, but I will be back in a second. So hey guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. That was just a phone call there. So I'm going to be honest with you guys completely. I have no recollection of what I was showing you guys before. I know it was only a second for you guys, but it was quite a number of minutes for me. So I know we were on the quick selection tool, so we will just unlock this layer, and then I think I'm just going to deselect all of this first. Control D, and then you want to right click and then Magic Wand tool. Okay. So if you want to delete a layer, okay, you must have the blue highlight on it, on the layer which you want to delete from, and it must be unlocked. Okay, you want to hit the delete key. Now that should bring us to an alpha background, which means that pretty much it's just see-through. So if we bring this layer over, okay, and if we drag this layer below that, you can now see that Cartman and Kyle, are just chilling back there. Let me just extend this image, and you can just see that he's chilling out there having a good time. So yeah, that is how you delete areas and move layers behind. I hope this tutorial helps you. Please come back for the next episode. Sorry I couldn't dig out more time. I'm pretty busy just now, so with school and schoolwork. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.